For the the first two books that I read, I'm not going to give a lot of detail because they are the second and third book in a series. So the first one I read was Kingdom of the Cursed, which is the second in the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy. I gave that one 4 stars. I enjoyed it a lot more than the first one. The next one I read was the last one in that trilogy, so Kingdom of the Feared. I gave that one 3.5 stars. It was still very interesting, but I found myself getting bored after like the first half of it. The next one I read was The Roommate Pact. I gave that one 3 stars. It follows our female main character, who is an ER nurse, and our male main character, who is a firefighter slash adventure seeking. He goes rock climbing, scuba diving, all of that adventure, adrenaline type things. And he ends up getting hurt, and we find out a lot of different things about the female main character throughout it, along with the male main character, obviously. But he ends up getting hurt, and the female main character has to nurse him back to health. And through that journey, they kind of fall in love with each other. It is a... I don't know the trope specifically, but it has a... They have a rule. They're roommates. And once they hit like 40, I think, and if they're still single, they will get married. So it's a marriage of convenience. That's what it is. And she obviously says it as like a joke. He takes it really seriously because he has had a crush on her forever, and vice versa. And it was so cute. I did find myself getting bored and kind of waiting for him to get hurt, because that's really when the story kind of picked up and the romance kind of picked up more. But I did really enjoy it. So now we're going to move on to the 2 physical books that I read in the month of August. I did read this chunky book, Chain of Thorns by Cassandra Clare. This is the 3rd book in the Last Hours trilogy. Me and Emily buddy read this, and it was really good. I gave this one 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it, and I love getting back into the Shadowhunter universe. Me and Emily plan to read next the Mortal Instruments series, which is a 6-book series, I believe. So it's going to be longer than this one, but I think some of them are shorter, so it'll feel quicker. But I'm so excited to get into those. Next, I can talk a little more about because it is the first in the series, and I think it's a trilogy. I don't know. But that is A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden. I really enjoyed this one. Ooh, sorry, the glare. I really enjoyed this one. I buddy read this with Emily. I gave it 4.5 stars. This follows Arwen, who... Her brother is off to war, and he finally shows up, and then things start spiraling from there. She ends up getting kidnapped to this other kingdom, the Onyx Kingdom. And she has magical powers, by the way. She can heal people by just like touching them, and like heal skin back together and stuff. I think that's really neat. But she ends up learning more about her power. The king there starts taking an interest in her. She is still trying to save her family, who have obviously went into hiding and stuff. And I think they reunite at the end of this. I can't remember, but it was so good. I couldn't put it down once I started it. There was a few slow parts. One, it has a little map in it I kept referring to it now and then every time it mentioned one of the kingdoms. And I cannot wait to read the rest of the series, which comes to the books that I want to hopefully read in September. The first one I will start with is A Promise of Peridot by Kate Golden. This is the second book in the Sacred Stones series. The first one was A Dawn of Onyx, and obviously the second one is A Promise of Peridot. We had a few things happen in the first book that I can't wait to learn more about in this one. So I am so excited to buddy read this with Emily. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Next one I am currently reading is Dishonestly Yours by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This one was kindly read and annotated by my friend Emily, so I'm very excited to kind of hear her thoughts and feelings throughout it. I don't know much about this one other than the female main character is trying to escape a life of crime. And, ooh, best friend's brother. That trope is in here. He kind of complicates things, and that's all I know about it. I'm excited to get into it. Next, this one was highly requested by Emily for me to read so that she has someone to talk to about it. So I added this on as at her request. That is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. Do I know anything about what this book is about? No. The only thing I know is that it has vampires and humans, obviously, and competition of some sort. That's it. That's all I know. Next, I hopefully am going to read Red Rising by Pierce Brown, again with Emily. We seem to buddy read a lot of books. I'm not surprised. But sci-fi, that's all I know about it. I like to go in sci-fi books kind of blind because it is more enjoyable that way. So, this book. Next, as per request by Katie, which I will obviously link all of the people that I mentioned down below, I have added King of Wrath by Anna Huang onto my TBR. This is a billionaire romance. That's all I know about it. I wasn't going to say anything else, so billionaire romance. Excited. Next one. Now, normally I don't like real people on my cover, like my book covers, especially naked on my book covers, but I made an exception because I really want to read this series and the author doesn't have it any other way. So, maybe in the future she will, but I don't know. But that is Love Alley by Hannah Gray. Yeah. All I know about this one is that it is a sports romance. The female main character and the male main character kind of were getting together, and then she just up and leaves. No warning, kind of no anything. And then like a year later or whatever, she comes back, and so now they're obviously trying to figure out, well, why'd she leave? Do they still have feelings for each other? All of that. So I'm very excited. And it is pretty short. It is not the longest book I've ever read, obviously, but it's not the shortest, and I love that. It is only 246 pages, and all the chapters are really short. So I am very excited to get into this one. This whole trilogy was kindly sent to me by Emily. So, thank you, Emily. Next, I picked up at the Barnes & Noble the other day, Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan. This freaking book, I picked it up on a whim because I liked the title and the cover. I read the back when I got home. She can travel into her favorite fantasy series. However, she is not like the heroine. Sorry, I have allergies. Ignore my sniffling. But she is not the heroine of her own story. She's the villain. And I'm so excited. And it even says up here, it's time for your villain era. And I'm like, I'm excited. I'm so excited. And the chapters are really short, so that's a plus. I hate long chapters. I love short chapters. Next is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but it's this one. I'm going to hopefully buddy read it this month with Lauren. And the little blurb, obviously it's a witchy book, that's all I know about it. The little blurb on the top says, a warm and uplifting novel about an isolated witch whose opportunity to embrace a quirky new family and a new love changes the course of her life. I'm excited. I want fall to be here now, so I have added this to my TBR. I don't have a lot of spooky fall books, but you will see more of them next month. The last book I have on here is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I read the Chestnut Spring series not too long ago. I think in the first half of the month, or the first half of the year. And I really liked her writing, and I was sad when it ended. So I want to get back into her writing with this one. It was between this one and the Off to the Races series, but since the second book is about to come out, I'm going to start with this one first. And I'm so excited. Couldn't tell you what it's about, but I'm very excited. But yes, this is the last book on my, what month is it? September TBR, and I could not be more excited to read all of these. I can't wait, and I will see you next time.